updated you for a while. We a couple of nights back, or a few nights back now, we stayed at the Bighorn National Forest. We couldn't quite make it into our RV park because of weather, so we ended up just camping in the bush, which was really quite fun.
It was fun.
Bear country.
It was bear country.
Birds.
It was very dense,
Yes.
very dense forest.
Yep.
So we didn't really sit outside for very long because I was a bit worried that a bear could come creeping up on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spent the night there, which was kind of fun, but it was quite a bush track to take that thing there. In there was really quite nerve-wracking. But anyway, we got in, we got out, and from there we went to the battlefield of Little Bighorn and
That was
the
pretty
site
special.
of Custer's last stand.
Yeah.
Really very interesting. Lots of graves around the place. Not an awful lot of the history of or what happened from the Indian side, I don't think, but certainly a lot about the troopers and Custer's classic clusterfuck, as we like to call it, where basically it was everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and many people died. So
It's actually set up really well though, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
it was really,
As you go all the way around, it's like several miles long, and as you do part of it by foot and part of it by car or motorhome, and you just stop at all of the signs and read about what happened here at this point, and you can, and it sort of teaches you all about the strategies that was used.
and who was
and
doing what
failed
when.
Yeah, who was doing what when? That's right.
Yeah. So really quite a complicated series of events. So we got a good look at that, and but then we had a long drive after that to get all the way to Deadwood before nightfall. So we got to Deadwood, checked
Just
in there.
before nightfall.
Yep. And then which was really quite a almost like a Disneyland looking place. That was my first impressions. Wild West town that's turned into a Disneyland. Kind of strange. If you go, you'll know what I mean.
There don't seem to be very many original buildings left.
Yeah.
A lot of it is
Mocked up.
mocked up.
Yeah. And which is only just around the corner from Sturgis, and the 2 weeks of Sturgis had only just finished. So there's still tons of bikers and Sturgis merchandise and all that sort of stuff. But our RV park was just across the ridge from the other side of Lead, where the great Homestake mine is located. And so
Lead was much nicer than Deadwood. It was more authentic.
Yeah, quite genuine. So the next day we beelined for Mount Rushmore. Went and had a look at that. That was really quite cool because I remember seeing Mount Rushmore on TV shows and things as a boy, and to finally see it in person was pretty cool.
Yeah, same. But not as a boy.
And after that, just around the corner was the Crazy Horse Monument, still under construction. It was really quite wonderful to see that, and apparently they've been constructing it for the last 70 years, so they figure they're going to finish it in the coming decade. But
So the Crazy Horse Monument will actually be bigger than Mount Rushmore. It's going to be very special, and Crazy Horse, a little bit of a hero of mine. So it was very special for me to be there, having read all about Crazy Horse and the story of the Lakotas during the Indian Wars.
Personally, I don't rate him, but anyway. And then after that, where did we go? We went to
Wind Cave.
Wind Cave. That's
And
right.
really the point of going there was because it was part of the Lakota Indian stories as well, and they have this creation story that they all came from Wind Cave. And I was hoping that would be what the cave tour was all about, so I had us booked in for the 12:30 tour. We had to get up early at Deadwood and check out and get to everywhere else in the morning and get to Wind Cave by 12 for the 12:30 tour, because I was quite sure that it was going to be more that the tour would be more Indian based than Lakota based, but it really wasn't. It was all about the white people who discovered the cave and exploited it and knocked off all of the stalactites and sold them, and so it was a bit of a disappointment, really.
It was a waste of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, you know what? We could have just gone there and just seen the original entrance of the cave and felt the big draft of wind coming out of it, and that's why it's called Wind Cave. And I would have been happy, really, with that. But I thought doing the tour would be the right thing. Anyway, it wasn't. So from Wind Cave, we then had to make it all the way to Laramie via Fort Laramie, which was a bit of fun. Fort Laramie was interesting.
See, actually, just in the last couple of days, we've sort of developed a bit of an interest in the forts of the mid to late 1800s, about how the Americans, I guess, took their steps west and shored up their position using forts. So we've been to 3 forts now. This is one of them. So what's this one? Fort Bridger?
This is Fort Bridger, yeah. So we did Fort Laramie, then we stayed at Laramie. We got there late last night, and we didn't have an RV park, so we just camped in a car park of one of the
At the university
on one of their sports grounds. That University of Wyoming is just this sprawling. It's like it goes over how many blocks do you reckon? Like 20 blocks or something. It's just huge, and it's got a lot of really beautiful buildings and brilliant, lovely,
Absolutely
modern
manicured.
facilities. And anyway, we just parked in a nice dark car park, and then we went and we saw Fort Steele on the way here.
It's very cool.
That was very cool, and we had the place to ourselves until we left, and then someone else turned up.
And then we got here to
Then it was just
Fort
the
Bridger.
interstate, and got here to Fort Bridger, so we had a wander around at Fort Bridger, which was also interesting, and we kind of had that place to ourselves, although the ranger was locking up, going around. So here we are at Fort Bridger RV campsite, or whatever it's called, and our little 21-foot motorhome looks teeny tiny compared to that huge caravan that's next to us. I don't even know how many feet long that would be, and it's even got its own deck out the back. Can you see that? It's sort of flipped down from the back of the caravan, and they've got their deck at the back of it. I don't know whether they're permanent or what. So that's what we've been up to.
But we surrender that tomorrow, and
That's
we
right.
hire a car. So it's kind of back to your traditional road trip type format as of tomorrow.
That's the last 5 days of our holiday are going to be in a car. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down there.